Hello guys, I'm Mila, I'm a fashion designer. I'm here to give you a little tip how to work with heavily beaded embroidered fabric. What to do before you start sewing. When you cut your pieces out, as you can see on my table I already have my cut out pieces. This is the top of the prom dress. It's partially sewn. Depending on your seam allowance, what you need to do before you sew this fabric on a machine, you must remove all your beading from within the seam allowance or more. That will depend on either you're using a zipper foot, so one side of the foot, or using a regular foot with two sides. Why it's important? If you are sewing with a zipper foot, that means you can only remove from within the seam allowance using this way foot or this way. So you can only remove from within the seam allowance your beading, and you can sew. You won't sew on top of the beading. Or if you're using a regular foot, then you need to remove a little bit more than the seam allowance, accommodating the width of the foot, because the one side of the foot will go on top of your beading. And machine won't sew on top of the beading. It will get stuck. First, a needle could break, the beads could get inside of the machine, and you're gonna have to troubleshoot the machine. Well, you're gonna waste a lot of time. So let's not be lazy and do it right way. Go all around. I already removed it here, as you can see. Just go around your seams. This is my shoulder seam that's going to be sewn. I'm removing my beads from here. This is how I do it. And it's gone. If you need to remove more, remove more. And then you remove all you're either going to just clip your threads like that, or if it's very loose beading, you may need to tie a knot or use a needle. Put this end into your needle and take it inside and make a little knot, so all your beads don't fall off the fabric. That happens with many fabrics. With this particular one, there's nothing to worry about. So I'm actually giving you two tips, not just one. Not just how not to break your machine, not to break the needle, but also how and what to do with the fabric, beaded fabric, when beads are very loose and you don't want your pieces lose all the beading. That's the beauty of the fabric, right? Why would you buy this fabric? Why do you work with this fabric or make a custom garment with this fabric if the all beads will fall off? So remember, remove all the beading around your seam allowance or more, depends on the sewing foot you're using, machine foot you're using, or loose threads that you cut off the beading from, take them inside. Use the needle and put all your loose threads, loose ends inside of the fabric and tie a knot, so you don't lose all the beading from your fabric. You don't want that to happen. Your customer not gonna happy with it, or if you make it for yourself. All right? Or when you walk, you're wearing the garment, you're gonna walk, all the beads gonna be little by little falling off the dress. You don't want it to happen either. So please just remember that. Here is my sleeve. So I went all around this sleeve, all around, and I don't have any beads within the seam allowance. As you can see, there is nothing. I removed all. I cut it all off. You know, and you can keep all those beads that you're removing for maybe another project. Don't throw it away. It's nice beading. You can sometimes, if you lose too many beads, you can go back to stack of the beads that you removed and attach them back if it's necessary. All right. All right. I hope this helps, and have fun creating. Bye.